Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Stories with Oluchi. You know, I have narrated so many stories here, which I'm sure many of you have seen all or some. And each time I come across a story, it's different, it's new. The method to the madness is completely different. And what bothers me most is the kind of thought, the kind of attention that was put into that action. It's like you and I could be home, right? Thinking about a movie, thinking about getting lunch, thinking about doing an activity, an assignment, maybe playing video games, while someone somewhere is home thinking of how to kill somebody, how to kill someone, discard the body, or probably just leave it there and let the police know. The audacity, right? Like, I don't get it. I really do not get it. This is why, I like to talk about these things, because it just makes you understand that the world is not just around you. It's not just about what's happening in you. It's not just about the way you live your life, the things you like to do, how simple your life is, the things you like to eat and all. There's a lot more going on out there. There's so much bad things happening outside your view. I want to tell you about a completely different story I've been following up with for a while now, and finally judgment seemed to be closed. So this story is about a couple and a grandma that were charged for murder after they killed their 6-year-old by leaving him in the closet to die. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just, I have a soft spot for kids, so nothing makes sense to me when it comes to abusing children. Well, a mother, a father, and grandmother admitted that a 6-year-old and his 7-year-old brother were kept in a closet because they were stealing food. Why would that be the right punishment for children who were maybe going to take food without permission, right? Is that even stealing? If a child is feeding himself in the house, is that stealing? I don't know. Maybe they could have asked, or maybe you teach them how to ask, but punishing them by locking them up in a closet for hours or days, it's just extreme. So this parent, a couple, mother and father, and their grandmother were charged with murder and child abuse after admitting that a 6-year-old who died in the Arizona home was kept in a closet with his brother as punishment for stealing food. So the couple, Anthony and Elizabeth Achibek Martinez, I hope I'm saying it well, and their grandmother, Anne-Marie Martinez, who's 50. So they're being held at Coconico County Jail on 1 count each of first-degree felony homicide and 2 counts each of child abuse, according to the statement from the Flagstaff Police Department. So the officers responded to a call on Monday about an unresponsive child at the home. So the statement said, when they arrived, they tried to save the 6-year-old, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. When interviewed, the mother, father, and grandmother admitted that the 6-year-old and his 7-year-old brother were kept in a closet most of the time and were not let outside of the home. So this child has been suffering this abuse for God knows how long, and finally decided to give up. That's a child, that's a baby, right? So the parents told the police the abuse had been going on for about a month, and that the 2 boys were denied food and kept in the closet because they were stealing by sneaking out at night when their parents were asleep. That's crazy. So both children were malnourished and neither appeared to be their age. The 7-year-old was hospitalized at the Flagstaff Medical Center and is in the custody of the Department of Child Safety. 2 other children found in the home, a 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old, were also in the custody of the police. But the police are saying that these other 2 kids, the 4-year-old and the 2-year-old, were not malnourished, and the 4-year-old regularly attended school. So all 4 children are biological children of this couple, but they decided to put the 6 and 7-year-old away. They decided to torture them separately and leave the other kids. Doesn't make sense, right? Okay. So the Department of Child Safety had not been to the home to investigate before. Police said investigators are interviewing the family members and neighbors to determine if anyone knew about the abuse, and if so, for how long it continued. So the community is a small one, the police say, and it would be unusual for something so extreme to be going on without someone knowing. Most people know, and people know, maybe the teachers are usually the first to know. If the kids are in school, the teachers would know. They can tell the mood of the kids. But if the kids are not in school, then it's hard. But according to the story, the police are saying that the parents confessed that these kids were not let out of their home. So it's hard that if they're not socializing, then it's hard for anyone to know what's happening to them, which is very unfortunate. So the detectives also served the search warrant at the home as part of their ongoing investigation. Meanwhile, a medical examiner, did some tests on the 6-year-old to discover, to find out the cause of death. So Elizabeth, their mother, reached a plea agreement with prosecutors. Their father will be sentenced later this summer. The terms of the plea agreement state that she would not be eligible for probation, and if sentenced to life in prison, she would not be eligible for any kind of parole or work release. She was charged along the boy's father, Anthony Martinez, and grandmother, Ann Martinez. The cases were being tried separately. The boy's parents initially attributed their son's malnourishment to a medical condition and ingesting diet or caffeine pills. Eventually, they told the police that they kept the boy Deshaun, that's the one that passed. They kept Deshaun and his older brother in a closet for 16 hours a day and gave them little to eat. So the 6-year-old died, but the 7-year-old survived. But he was barely alive when the police got to him, so they took him to the hospital. An autopsy found the boy, Deshaun, the 6-year-old, died of starvation in March of 2020. Authorities had said he weighed just 18 pounds, well below average for his age. I know that a 2-year-old weighs at least, 28 to 7 pounds. So how much more a 7 or 6-year-old boy? He would have weighed way more than that. So in conclusion, this poor innocent child died because he was stealing food while his parents slept. Just that. Being starved to death. And it's just ironic. The kid is getting up at night to go get food to eat because he's hungry. If you're starved, if you're kept in a locked room for 16 hours a day with little to eat, of course you're going to be starving. And if no one is watching, it's human response. It's a normal behavior to go and get food where you know it is kept to eat. And that's what the child was doing. But when his parents finds out, they lock him up again and starve him some more. So this kid went hours and hours without food until his body gave up. Isn't that pathetic? Isn't that painful? I mean, I'm just happy that there's justice somehow. Definitely, the parents are not gonna be let out easy, because this is a huge crime. This is a big serious crime. And of course, for the old woman, the 50-year-old grandma who witnessed all this and joined them in doing it, well, I hope her punishment is also waiting for her in hell, because she's not gonna be around forever to serve all her full time. And I hope she continues to serve her time when she dies, because that's really what you can wish people like this, because it's just so heartbreaking. It's sad. The things people do to their children, the things people do to their fellow humans, it just makes you wonder, how did we get this way? Why are people so cruel? Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again. I promise I'll see you again. I'm not running away. Thank you so much, and have a good day.